Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Space-Time Workshop. Hello, I'm your host Daniel, and today we'll be looking at how to make a semicircular dolly track for an iPhone camera. We'll need 2 sheets of heavy cardboard, wood dowel rods, wood glue, some string, wire, a few little bolts, a Dremel tool or tin snips, a marker, some clothespins, a ruler, and of course, before we get started, safety glasses and earplugs. We don't want to not be able to hear our farts when we get older. First, we mark out our lines using a ruler and a squeaky marker. In this case, I'm using extensions of the primary radius to make little pieces that will make up the sides to encase the string inside the track. After all of the lines are marked out, it's time to cut out the pieces. I used heavy tin snips for the first cut, although I decided to make it easier on myself by using a Dremel tool just as well. After we have cut out the pieces, it's time to glue them together on the perimeter of the track on each side. Next, we mark and cut a little scrap of wood to screw on and hold on to our track to the top of a tripod stand. Next, we mark, cut, and glue on the 2 pieces of the top part of the track. Now it's time to make our slider dolly cart. So we mark and cut out our pieces. We can just use a flat surface to align the holes before we drill for our bolts. Next, we take 2 pieces of scrap wood to make the ends as we tap the wood for our holding bolts. A few dabs of glue and we have our tilting base ready. Next, we cut a few pieces of dowel rod. This gives us the perpendicular surface we'll need to give our dolly some holding strength. So we dab on some glue, and now we can use those clothespins for a clamp. After the glue is dry, we can glue on the first of the 2 ends. Add in the second set next. Now we can glue on the end pieces to hold on to the nails that guide the dolly down the track. Once again, we use those handy little clothespins. Now we mark and drill for our nail guides. To finish our dolly, I'm using pipe cleaners to provide a little cushion to account for any unevenness from gluing on our track. Lastly, we just use another little bolt to connect up our phone vise and we'll be done. Finally, we can test out this little project. I've added a little extra dowel rod with a hand drill to reel in the string as it pulls the slider around. Well, it's been great inventing with you, and thanks for watching on Spacetime Workshop. And here's a final shot of how it looks on the cardboard slider.